app is often used among youths of nowadays. On today's episode of Hot Button, we shall be discussing on the effect of dating application among youths in our society. I am Tayo Adeleke, and with me on the show I have
Olamide Olarinwaju
and Adeleke Emmanuel.
Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you.
Dating application is a software whereby youths get connected to each other via online from different locations. To you, Olamide, how would you describe a dating app?
Personally, I would describe a dating app as a mobile app that enables an individual to find probably a love or matchmaker on a particular type of app.
So getting a love or matchmaker, not like getting friends?
You can get friends, but dating app is basically, the purpose of a dating app is to find a true love or someone you want to have something to do with. Yes.
We'll come back to that. I hold on to that with a true love.
True love.
And to Ope, is there any other opinion?
I agree with her. Dating app is a mobile app developed by its developer to connect people together. People would probably with like intentions. You know, it can be casual, it can be friends, depend on your intention. Sure. Once you're using the app.
You're saying it can be casual, it can be friends, depend on the intention you finding yourself on the app.
Yes.
And Olamide is saying you can get a true love on the dating app. And if I would say, would you like using the dating app?
Personally, I would not like to use a dating app because I feel like dating apps, most people there are not genuine. And most people there just come to just play around. You don't usually 100% know that you find your perfect match on a dating app, but then there's a percentage in which you know that, okay, this might actually work, and there's also a percentage where you know that, okay, it might not actually work, so you are still right in the middle. Possibility.
So it's like a scale of 50-50, if I'm not mistaken.
No, like it's not 50-50, it's kind of 80-40. So you have to have 80% of people do not find true love on the app. Maybe 40% of people most likely to find
true love. And would you like to use a dating app?
Well, for me, I would say it depends on my intention at that particular time.
Okay.
I wouldn't go there to find true love, though. You know, if it's something casual, you know, like nothing too serious, because as she said, it is actually very, very difficult to find a real thing on the dating. Yes, it's just like an 80-20 thing. So when you're going online to search for something serious, you might just end up being catfished.
Being catfished. And so, Olamide, can you tell us the pros and cons of a dating app? You know, you said earlier that one can actually get a true love on a dating app, and there are so many other things that are actually hidden on that dating app. Can you tell us the pros and cons?
The pros and cons of dating app, you can, for like an example, let's say for someone that's like probably a widow. Let's say a widow who lost her husband, and obviously she has children that she needs to cater for, and she feels like, oh, she has become, she's ready to open up to love again. I feel like she will be intimidated to go on and actually find love, like in a way that she usually did with her initial
like
lover.
Meeting people one-on-one or seeing each other.
So I feel like if she sees someone that is compatible for her on that app, I feel like she'll be more comfortable in the sense that the partner or whoever she's trying to connect with also understands from where she's coming from, especially if the person too lost his or her wife. So be able to be okay in the sense that they also have kids they need to think about, and they also have a family to develop. Yes, that's an advantage. A disadvantage is, as he said, being catfished. It can be very, very disappointing when you are talking to somebody for so long, maybe 7 months, 8 months, and you decide to see the person for the first time, or you want to meet the person for the first time and find out that the person never existed. It can be very disappointing, and it can also discourage the person not to even open up to anybody again.
But I'll actually go with your first statement on when we start the show, when you said one can actually get a true love on dating app.
Yes.
And you're saying one can actually get got caught.
Yeah, catfish.
Catfish.
Yes.
Don't you think those things are actually against each other? How can one get a true love on dating app?
As I said earlier, it is a percentage of people. So you can be lucky enough. I feel like actually it's luck, because you can be lucky enough to find someone that has been looking for love for so long, the same way you've been looking for love, and by chance, by fate, destiny, you find the person, and it can be a very beautiful thing.
And you know, you've talked about a widow and widower.
Yes.
How can the pros and cons among youth? Because basically, let's talk about how youths use more of the dating app.
Use more of the dating app. Youths now, for like an example, I can use myself.
Okay.
If I've been heartbroken, maybe I've been trying to have a normal relationship outside the dating app, and it feels like it's not working
out,
and I just need a different option. I can decide to go on a dating app and find my matchmaker.
And so what are the pros and cons of a dating app?
Yeah. Let me speak from a man's perspective.
Okay.
You know, we men sometimes we tend to have specifications of the kind of lady or the opposite sex we want.
Yes.
Now, on a dating app, you have the opportunity to actually choose in between those specifications for yourself. So that means if you're lucky enough, you might actually just get that physical thing you want on that dating app, because there's a pictorial description, there's a profile, you can see everything. There are pictures. So that you don't have to walk around and pray to God that you want to meet your specification by chance. You can actually just go on a dating app within few minutes and few hours. You just scroll, then you pick.
And get someone.
So I think that's an advantage.
Okay, and what are other disadvantages about it?
The highest of it all is deceit. You know, we said something about being catfished. It can be very disappointing. It can be very, very frustrating. Another thing is you can end up being scammed. You know, people use it. You know, all these hackers, they can get into you. And at the end of the day, defraud you at the end of the day. So it's not even only being catfished.
Not only
there's some worst case scenarios.
Like getting your guy hacking your account.
Yes, they can hack your account. They can even hypnotize you online. Before you know it, you start giving them your BVN and the other information you're not supposed to give up.
Wow. So to Olamide, you're seeing the person physically. You have seen the person, maybe the picture.
Yeah.
You have not seen each other, just talking via phone. But you don't know this person's character. What's up to?
That's one of the things you need to be careful about. Personally, when I'm going on a dating app, I always try as much as possible to keep my options open, because we can be talking to somebody and you don't really know if the person is giving you his or her true identity. So that's what I'm saying. It is very, very difficult to actually find out what's happening at the other end of the discussion, especially if the person is not even in your region. Maybe the person is thousands of miles away, and you don't know what the person's intentions about the relationship, and you can just be feeling like, oh, you're on top of the world, but meanwhile you're just at the surface.
And so to Ope, yes, you mentioned earlier that as a man you get the kind of the woman you want, talking about the beauty, the height, and the size. But how about deep inside the character? You are knowing this person just on a surface level, just knowing the book, just seeing the book cover, not inside the book.
Yeah, that's why it's a risk. Dating app is actually a risk, because everything you see online might not be what it is in the real life. So there's some scenarios where even those pictures and the specification you're looking at, they are not really true. It can actually be the same gender. It can actually just be a guy.
Oh, you can say it's a Photoshop.
Yes. So we have a lot of cases where it's not, but in few rare cases, you can just accidentally meet the right one, the one that has a true profile, the one that you end up even seeing each other physically. Then you now try, before you can start something serious, you have to know the kind of person you dating apps is just for you to see at first. There's still a long way to go to know each other's character before you can move on to, you want to go to a serious dating or real thing.
So, Olamide, is dating app the best option to get a partner?
For me, no. For me, no, in the sense that it's risky. It is risky, it is time consuming. You put your effort, and it's something that you put all your energy towards. So it can be very heartbreaking when you don't get the results or you have been waiting for. So I just feel like, for me, I don't have the energy. I'm the type of person that I am emotionally drawn to somebody, and if I feel like, I have invested in this thing and it's not real, like, it breaks my heart automatically, and before I can open up again, I won't believe anything.
So, is dating application the best option?
Well,
as a guy,
I would not advise anyone. Okay, let me say at a particular age of your life, probably maybe, let me say from age 18 to 29, you have to be very, very careful looking for a serious thing online. I think it all depends on what probably your position or your condition at a particular time. For example, she made a mention of widow or widower, but if you are within that age, I wouldn't really advise you to go online to search for a serious relationship. But it can be very risky. I'm not saying, and I'm not running it, I'm not saying it's a no, that you can't find a true love, but I wouldn't advise anybody between that age 18 to 29 to actually go on a dating app with the intention of finding true love. It can later work out, but because so that you can hope for the best, expect the worst, so that you will not be too depressed if anything bad happens.
So can one actually get a meaningful relationship on it?
Yes, people can actually get meaningful relationships on it. And as I said earlier, it's an 80-20 chance. 80% no, 20% yes. People actually find true love on dating apps. And funny how it's most of people that don't even expect it. People that don't even expect it get it. And it's very shocking. At the same time, it's a very nice thing. It's a very fun thing to do. You can just be feeling like, you can just, maybe a particular thing can happen to you. Maybe obviously you got heartbroken, and then let me just give it a try. And obviously the person at the other end can also have been trying, and you just find yourself at the same situation, and fate comes in.
Okay, so can one get a meaningful, dating app?
Yeah, it's possible. It's quite possible. But I would still advise to be very, very careful. You can get a very meaningful relationship on the dating app. Funny how a lot of situations where, let me just encompass online generally.
Okay.
Let's just leave dating app particularly. Let's talk about social media generally.
Okay.
There are some testimonies out there that has proven, that has shown that people actually talk online, take their time to talk and meet, and something good come out of it. So we can't overrule that fact. So it is very, very possible for you to get something serious on a dating app. However, you have to be careful because it's not guaranteed. If you're going on a dating app, you have to have the mindset of, it's a chance thing. I can hit it and I can miss it. You get it?
You can eat it,
or you can miss it. Definitely, you can eat and you can miss, depending.
It's either of the two. Have that notion that I'm going on 50-50. Either I meet it
or you miss it.
But you know, there are some guys out there. Yes, do you know? There are some guys that see it as opportunity of talking. You know, they are scared of talking to lady face to face, and they see that app as an opportunity for them to express their mind.
Yeah, that's another advantage of the dating application. You know, there are some shy type that they don't really do well in conversations.
Yes.
But within their keypads and their phones, they actually express themselves better. So it's a plus for them, which really makes sense, and one of the advantages that come with the dating app. However, you can't end up living or getting the true relationship, and you can't type with your serious relationship in the house now. So at the end of the day, it's okay for them. It's a plus as a starter. You can actually express yourself, get what you want, then now see where you can go from there. So I think it's a plus for people that are shy, that they don't have that kind of they are shy to talk physically,
to express themselves.
So, yes, but they do well with their keypads to express themselves online.
And to Olamide now, meeting a guy online and going to see the person for the first time, didn't you think it's a risk?
As I said, it's a big risk because you can be you don't know what to expect. You don't know what to expect. You can go there and luckily you see the man of your dreams. And you can go there and the person does not even show up because the person is not real.
And you can even go there and you are kidnapped.
Go there.
Worst case scenario.
Go there, you see the person. Go there, you get your heart broken. Go there, you find the person. Go there, you're happy. So it is very, very risky. I personally would not want to do that.
You personally
would not want to do that.
Okay, you have something to say, Ofer?
Yeah, it's very risky. In this part of this world, it's even more dangerous. That is why most of the time there are rules. You know, almost if you check those applications, there are rules. There are terms and conditions. There are some notes that comes with the application that usually people don't read. People don't take cognizance of it because there are rules. The developer say, okay, don't overshare. Be tactful. Keep it clean. Many people don't read it. They just agree and press and continue.
Don't share your personal details.
So there are some things, there are rules to those applications before you can. So you will not, it will be very, very risky for you not to undergo those to go by the rules, and you just want to go and meet someone you don't even know the intention of it's very dangerous. It's very dangerous.
It's very dangerous. So in what situation will you is this dating app necessary?
Necessary when you feel like, oh, you're getting older. You feel like you need to be more mature. You want to start your own life. You want to start your own family. You feel like you are ready to start a new life with a person, and you are ready. You have your life settled. You are working. You are getting money. You are successful. You just feel like you need a partner. I feel like you can decide to go on a dating app just to keep your options open and to see if you genuinely have a perfect match. But I personally will feel like you should engage in other forms of communication, not necessarily dating app.
Okay, so
well, I would not agree with that too.
Okay.
I would not agree with that.
Okay, let me hear your view on that.
If I want to go by, but okay, generally I would say, if you don't look for something serious, probably maybe you're bored, you want something casual, probably you're in a new environment and you want to meet with people, you don't have any, probably just need someone to talk to. You don't even have to meet physically. There are online friends from different countries. For example, now we play video games, Call of Duty. You can meet friends. You don't have to see. So probably you're just bored. You're in a new environment. You're probably in a different country. You just need to meet someone and talk to someone. Maybe someone that can put you through. Someone that can take you. It's not.
I can counter that.
Sure, you get. So it's not. I don't feel like you should now she now work hard to be successful.
Okay.
You now sit back at home and you now carry your phone and say you want to look for somebody you want to settle down with. I think it's too risky.
As you said before, when you said you are a shy person, what if it's someone like that is successful, has money, ready to start a family, a relationship, and he can't go outside to find someone? Obviously, he'll find someone in the dating app. And let me say, we're talking about dating app, not other forms of. Because we have other forms of ways you can get friends and meet each other, and you have gatherings, you can meet your friend there, you can do stuff. We're talking basically on a dating app. Dating app is we want to find love. Well, they call it a dating app.
Yes, you're right. But I don't know, maybe you have used dating app before. When you start, there's a talking stage. You have to talk. You have to know the kind of person before you now agree to date. You don't just come on dating app and say, okay, you must date me. So it's still friends. So if you find yourself in that kind of situation that you're not looking for something serious, fine, it's a dating app. If you end up, you can date. If it doesn't, you can be friends. I have some friends that they went to dating app to look for love. At the end of the day,
they meet friends. Okay, as a Christian now, would you advise others to use that app?
Okay, in a Christian point of perspective, funny how I can advise. Depends. It just depends on the person's situation, and as I said, the person's intention. God did not say that we cannot go on dating app. God created everybody. So I just feel like it's the intention. If you feel like you are going on a dating app to commit sin, then I feel like as a Christian it's not advisable. But if you are going with an open heart, genuinely, this is your purpose of going. And if you feel like the person that you are talking with on the app is not following your spirit, I feel like it's advisable to drop the person and find somebody that you're equally yoked with.
So as a Christian brother, would you advise?
Yeah, I don't see anything bad in going on dating app. So far your intentions are pure. However, you must be on the alert. You must be aware that you're exposed to a lot of things. And if your faith is not that very strong, I don't think it's a good thing. Because, it's a dating app. You might end up meeting probably maybe a psycho that can just send pictures without your, you can be exposed to anything. So as a Christian, it depends on your intention and your faith. If you feel, your faith is that strong, you cannot be shaken with those kind of exposure, I think it's okay. But if you know your weakness, I would advise you don't go there.
So it's better you maintain
your exactly.
Your lean.
Because there's a high level of exposure to a lot of bad and evil things there.
But don't you think it actually depends on you when you give yourself to that exposure on the application?
As I said, yes, it is you are the one you are the one in control. You're the one in control of everything that goes on the app. I don't feel like your partner will want to force things on you and you want to force things on your partner. You're in control. If your partner says, let's do this, and you know that, it's not in the way of the Lord, and you feel like you have the right to leave the person. It's not because, I went on a dating app and I'm talking to this guy for 3 months, I have to be with him for 6 months. You can decide to drop, I'm not interested again, and you leave. It is not a forceful thing, and it's not a compulsory thing.
So finally, how best can one utilize this app?
Yes, it is very important we understand some rules and the best way to utilize dating app. First of all, I would say you have to be truthful in your profile. That's the first thing. You don't have to put any false information to mislead people. I will also say you have to be tactful. You have to keep it clean. You don't have to be exposed to sexual harassment. You don't have to overshare. You don't have to expose probably maybe your working place, your address to just a stranger you just met. You have to study. You have to take things slow and be careful. Most importantly, you need to understand that you can be addicted, so you don't waste your time. So sometimes people spend so much time on the phone, pressing. So if care is not taken, you can end up missing some other real things in you do. So you should be careful with managing your time while using dating app.
So Olamide, finally, how best can one?
I just feel like you should set priority.
Setting
priority. You know what is important. Know what your initial purpose, your initial reason for going on that app. So you have to be smart.
You have to be smart. And in everything you do, set priority. And number 2, always be God-fearing. Focus on Him, because He's the one that can actually provide either male or female partner. Thank you for joining us on Hot Button today. Thank you, Okpe, for coming on the show.
Welcome.
And thank you, Olamide, for coming on the show as well.
Thank you so much.
I hope you have learned 1 or 2 on the program today. Till we come your way next time, I am Tayo Adeleke. Bye-bye.